Hi, this is Jules, and we are here for our third session of the Having It All Whole Life Transformation. And it's a year-long course that we'll be traveling together during this year and discovering parts of ourselves that we may have like kind of misplaced along the way, and bringing them back in. And so we're just here now for session 3, and welcome everybody. So good to see all of you. What I want to do really quick is, we have such a nice compact group right now. I want to just go around and have everybody just share how you're doing and what's going on for you. You can share anything. You could say, oh, I'm sucking, I'm not doing anything I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, I've only done this and I didn't do this. Or I've done everything and I don't understand, whatever, it doesn't matter. Or you could say, just whatever's going on for you. I just want you guys to feel really free. And so you guys want to start? Carrie, you're in the top corner for me. So do you want to go ahead and start and just say, hey?
Okay. What am I doing? I have been focusing on detoxing, and that has been taking up a lot of my brain power. And then I also recently bought a tablet because I wanted to, my bright idea was I was going to be comfortable while I was journaling, so I was going to journal on the tablet and not have to sit at my computer because my handwriting is so poor. And unfortunately, or fortunately, the universe has given me a challenge to learn how to do this tablet, so it's not as smoothly as I thought it would. So I have been challenged in that way. So I've not been journaling in writing, but I've been journaling in my head. So in my head, I have all this mission journal done. And I have been noticing that my thought processes have been changing, and I don't know, friends have been appreciating this, but as an example, the other person for a moment, and she said, I'll never see them again. And I said, well, don't say that. Of course you will. And the universe is going to show them to us right now. And she said, here they are. And I said, see, all you have to do is tell the universe to show them to us, and they're there. So those are the kinds of things that have been happening periodically. And then a couple days ago, I was moaning to myself about the things the 9s that I wanted to get rid of, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to get rid of them. And my friend, called me about her neighbor who has this daughter who has this shelter they're setting up. So I got rid of an IKEA bookshelf that I couldn't put together. I got rid of an etagere. I got rid of a crock pot and some very good towels that were put aside, and a blender, all of which I got pictures of some of it, so I will post those pictures, but I didn't get pictures of others because they were spur of the moment. So those kinds of things have been popping up. And the problem I've been having is in the journal, we were supposed to think of what to focus on, what our consciousness was supposed to be the next day, and I haven't been able to do that at all. And I don't know why. I mean, it's just like the next day is too far away, and I've been challenged with headaches for the last 6 months, and so I don't know how bad the headache is going to be, or if it's going to be the next day. So I don't focus on the next day at all. I'm grateful for the things that happened the day, and I can write those down, but I can't do the next day.
Okay. All right, I understand that. Yeah, thank you, Carrie. You know what, maybe, how about if you try, instead of thinking about what your consciousness says, which sounds really heavy and and hard for your brain, how about if you think about what you're wishing for? Just make a wish.
For no more headaches. That's
Well,
my wish.
and maybe make a wish, like if you were going to say that in a way that the universe heard it, and that everything started conspiring to create what you're saying, what would you like to create?
I would like to create a pain-free head.
Yeah, well, and so and I'm wondering if there might even be a way to say it where there just was no pain involved. Like, is it possible to even take it one step further, where it would just be that maybe your life is experiencing freedom and ease, or you're in a space of feeling wonderful, that kind of thing, something.
Okay.
I know it's out of the range right now of what you think is possible.
Yeah, because the headache is not doing well right now.
I got it. I really get that. And I do understand, because I've had migraines before and I cured them. So I know what you're going through.
Unfortunately, these aren't migraines, and the doctors don't know what they are.
Okay. So, well, it's debilitating. I know that. And so if you were going to just go with, like, what would be a word if you were living pain-free, what would be something that you'd be experiencing? Like, what would be a beingness that you'd be experiencing?
Freedom.
Freedom. Okay. So then maybe that would be that's what you'd write. Thank you so much for, like, I'm experiencing freedom and I love it, or something like that. Just some little version. Just start small with something that feels doable.
Okay.
And I know it sounds kind of, it sounds a little, maybe far-fetched for some people, and other people are like, oh yeah, that, of course that's going to work out that way. But so you guys just, it's never underestimate the small actions that you take. It's really those little tiny actions and habits and things that we do every day. Those are what create our world. I mean, that is the sum of what's happening. So it's pretty cool. Okay, Carrie, awesome.
I just wrote it down.
Oh, beautiful. All right, is there anything else, Carrie?
I could probably go on for hours, but let's let Joan go.
Okay. Let's see. Joan?
Hi. I feel like I was a person that got up at the right time today. I'm lucky, but I'm an early person usually. So I usually get up about 5:30. So 8 o'clock is later for me, In the last few weeks, I have not been as energetic as I usually am. And so I had to seek a little medical attention. And I found out that I had to start a medication for type 2 diabetes, which I had been free of for the last 3 years because of my nutrition program and my exercise, which I do a mile 6 days a week. And so that was a little letdown for me, but I've adjusted to it, and I am feeling more energetic, but it has slowed me down. I haven't really gotten into the journaling thing, although I have started regular meditation. That's one thing that I have really worked on, and the decluttering I'm into. I have really kept up with a lot of things, and I have a lot more to go, but I feel real good. I found the people that I wanted to share the things with, and some of them were kitchen items that I don't need. Some of them were folders that I just had to go through and pitch because I'm a saver of articles, okay? All kinds of articles. So I got them all in folders, the ones I want to keep, and the rest went in, the trash, okay? And so I felt a certain release about that. It's like, I don't really need this, but it's just taking the time to do it. So since I wasn't real energetic, I also have been tuning into the political scene And for the first time yesterday, I went to a town hall, which was in the middle of our city. And of course, the representative didn't show up. But I did talk to the person who organized it, and she did a video of people who wanted to talk. And I told her how I felt. And I felt really good that I was able to do that, because I speak not just for myself, but for a lot of other people who can't speak. And she emailed me this morning. I sent her information where she could send that to one of the persons on TV, which some of you may know, Rachel Maddow, wanted anybody to send things that came from town halls. And so this morning she told me she's getting it all ready and she's sending it in to Rachel Maddow. So I felt pretty good about that. I have worked on a cover for my journal. So far, the journal doesn't have anything written in it right now, but I have been spending a lot of time on Angie's journal and the master plan, and I have been putting that to use many times, and I find it very helpful. And I found that I do a lot of those things without having to have that as a background. It's just something I've absorbed over the years. So the IT part of Facebook was totally new to me, and it about drove me crazy. And I had to give it up. I finally found out how to post this week. I did not even know how to post. So I still don't know a lot, and I don't know whether I want to know a lot, because it seems like it's very distracting to me, and I don't want to have to worry about it, because it's not worth it to worry. But I'd like to communicate with people. It's very important for me to communicate. And I don't know everybody's name. I missed the last session. It would be very helpful if we could know further ahead when we were going to have a meeting, because I have a lot of other commitments, and I don't want to cancel things. And so, but I want to be here for this important sharing. So that's about where I am. I'm very peaceful inside. I'm used to following what my heart tells me to do. And as long as I do that, I'm very much at peace.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Thanks, Joan. Yeah, and I have the whole schedule written out. I just don't know how to send it to you guys. So I think I'll just type it into an email, I guess. So
That'd be great. That'd be great.
I do have that. So I will definitely get that out to you guys. And like I said, it's on the new moon and the full moon. Like today is the new moon, and it's a new moon eclipse today. It's a solar eclipse, I believe. Solar fire eclipse in Pisces, actually. But that's today, so it's new moon. And then next time will be the full moon. It alternates on the new and the full moon.
I'm sorry, but I didn't catch that, whatever you said. I couldn't understand it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Well, I couldn't catch the words, like something, whatever you said, Newman or something. I didn't know what.
New moon, when it's the new moon, just like the farmer's almanac.
Oh, the new moon.
Yeah,
okay.
new moon.
I got it now.
Sorry. New moon and full moon. Yeah. Okay. So that's when it is in a general sense. And then I've got it all written out, of course. And then we'll get that to you guys. All right. Af, how about you next?
Sure. So I'm finally getting up to speed on everything we're supposed to be doing. That recap email you sent, Julie, that was so helpful. I want to thank you for that, because I think I didn't fully grasp what I was supposed to be doing with the journal. So now I actually get it, which was great. And today's call is very helpful also. The next day concept, I didn't realize it was more of a wish kind of concept. I thought it was just 3 things that we're focusing on doing better. So that's actually very helpful also, because now I'm really going to focus on putting more of a desire out there for the next day, and not just things that I'm going to focus on doing better, because sometimes I get frustrated that I didn't actually accomplish the goals that I had planned for the next day, and this kind of takes some of the pressure off of me. but I have been doing my journaling every day. I got together so far 4 bags of things that I want to get rid of. And I had an organization that was supposed to come pick it up, but they didn't show up. But at least the bags are there and I can donate them to somebody else. And I went through Angie's plan yesterday. I read it cover to cover and I created my journal online. I haven't put anything in it yet, but mentally I've already started noticing which rooms I keep going back to. And once she laid it out, I realized, wow, there really are certain rooms that I always go back to. And I think I always knew it, but seeing it laid out in words and then seeing myself do it kind of put some clarity into it. And I have to figure out why I'm doing it. I haven't gotten that part down yet, but now that she's kind of explaining, I think I can eventually get there and figure out why I'm doing it. I just have to start taking the notes and really doing it. But one thing I've noticed, this class has really lit some fire in me again. And I've gone back to my passions and realized that I can do it. I can get back to where I need to be. And it's funny because much like Carrie, I woke up with a migraine today and it was a little deflating and it does zap your energy. And I've had a lot in the last month. And I think it's partly because the weather here has been nuts. But knowing that we have these weekly calls, having my journal, doing my writing, it keeps me going. And this class is one of the things that I'm so grateful for. And I keep thinking of that when I do my journaling and when I get the email from you guys and when I see your posts and the whole life transformation. I agree with you, Joan, the Facebook is a little distracting. And I try to just go for the post that I'm supposed to be looking at, but inevitably you get sucked into everything else. But that's one of my goals for my journal, to only look at the things I'm supposed to and then log right off so I don't waste time. And I think it was the first fall that we had said to make our to-do list of things that we're not, or the not to-do list we're not going to do anymore. That's one of my things. I'm not going to waste time anymore. And I'm not going to hit snooze anymore, which I've been kind of not so great at. But otherwise, I think I'm coming along and I think I'm doing well with the journaling. I still have to put the master plan into full effect and the decluttering is coming along nicely as well. So I'm very happy with this class and I'm very happy to be part of this group and I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Al. That's great. It's great to have you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. And looking forward to meeting you live in May in New York City. Yeah.
I know, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. It'll be fun. Awesome. Great. Is there anything else?
That was it.
Okay. Very good. Carol?
Okay. I've been, started off after the sessions doing pretty good. And then life just kind of took over. And so anyway, I was, kind of feeling a little bit stressed out and still am to a short degree. But I've been using Angie's program to decrease the amount of stress. In other words, trying to really put perspective on what really has to be done right now versus not. And really working on not getting distracted. When you're working on a project and somebody all of a sudden, well, I need this, I need that. Well, no, you don't need that right now. And try to balance out the work schedule a little bit better than I normally do, rather than get all stressed out and then really freaked about it.
Yeah.
And anyway, and then, I ended up coming down with another cold. And so I'm just getting over that. So I feel for you, Jules. And as far as the journal, I've been working with the mind thing, but I haven't really put it into a journal form. Kind of like Joan, it's in my mind. But I really find it helpful to really stop and think about, okay, what are you thinking? Do we need to be thinking about that? Let's not let that distract us and take us away from moving forward. So putting it into a room is really helpful. But I can see where it would be better to be able to write it down, like especially like the mission items, that you need you still need to get done, because by just thinking them and putting them in that room, the brain still says, no, you don't have this taken care of. You need to write it down. So just experimenting with that a little bit. And I also kind of worked on some of the mind things that we talked about last time, where, to pay attention to where we maybe do things that we didn't think we did. And, one of the things memories were coming back of times when I did do those things. And I think what it is I've been trying not to do those things. As far as we were talking about, I mentioned that, protecting, family and friends, very protective. Well, I can see where I have done that in the past. And it's something that I'm trying to not do. Just to let people, learn their own way of how to, deal with the situations, instead of always coming with this pile of problems that they want help with. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
so that,
Yeah, and so there's a way to honor who you really are and honor them also. Right?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's probably
that curve. You're either out here or you're out here.
yeah, and that's totally great, Carol. And you're there's probably more people that are in the same kind of boat that you are right now. And sometimes when it seems like the kind of that, would you say that you're experiencing a little bit of kind of an overwhelmed feeling?
With work and what?
Just
Yes.
with what's going on. And overwhelm is usually never what we're doing, but what we're not doing that
Right.
causes the overwhelm feeling, right? And so sometimes in that situation, what I've noticed is that it's like I'm standing in the middle of a whole bunch of swirling things, right? And if I can just stop and I just take one and I pull it down and write it down, usually makes a difference too. The writing, for some reason, helps solidify it. For me, and they say that it does in general for people, in the world, like it's another form of creation. And so by so just taking one thing at a time and just start drawing things down when you're feeling overwhelmed. And I'm sure other people are feeling it too. So, this last week I haven't done any work since I've been sick, but it seems like other people have picked up and have done things. And so it really worked out, and I could see how great it would be if I had 4 assistants all the time helping me. Oh my gosh, that would be so awesome. So, yeah. Well, that's Carol. Is there anything else that you wanted to share?
No, I think that about does it.
Okay.
That I can think of.
Well, some of the things we're going to cover today are going to be really fun for you. So.
Oh, good.
I know. Good stuff, right? Okay. Thanks, Carol. Cindy?
Oh, I've been doing better, I think, with saying no to just a myriad of things coming my way, and to saying yes to things that will help me achieve my goals and strengthen me. This is a year where I lost my mom. I think I told Jules a while back.
Yeah.
So still sorting out her estate and trying to take it slower with all the family stuff that comes up. And I think I'm feeling better. I started to talk to a therapist finally and do that weekly. And that's different for me, but I'm not sure he's more of the young, Carl Jung. And so I'm not sure if we're doing as much together for me as I would like, or maybe this group can do even more than he can. but you know, what do I do? I don't know. I haven't had him that long, and I don't know if I'm ready to stop it or keep it going. And another thing is our church has a journey group going, and I said no to that because I think it's similar to some of this where it's called the I Am Journey. And though I would have liked to have been on that, I just have a habit of getting into everything. So now I'm concentrating on this group, and the decluttering is very important, and that's been doing pretty well. And the mind rooms, I haven't been able to catch my thoughts. Now I went black. My thoughts are just like an abyss, but if I can catch a few and try to start that, it will be great, I think, to go into the mission room and just dump a lot of ideas. And I'm known as the idea finder, so that would be really helpful because I have a million ideas always. And other rooms, I can't even think what the rooms are, you know. I need my paper with me at work, and I have to figure out a way to sort through Angie's master plan and get that going. Let's see, my relationships I've been trying to work on, especially with my sister. And yesterday at church, I thought, oh, I wish I could see our little new baby in the family. And then she texted me, said, I'm babysitting. Can you come over? And she reached out to me, and that was just what I needed. And so things have been happening serendipitously, I would say. And my word was move forward with this class. And so I've been taking 9 items a few times and found just the right person at work that needed them and could disperse them. What else? I just moved forward. I own property now, and I've had to get plumbers and all these things I've never had to do as a landlady, and fixed all this plumbing, and raccoons had to be caught, and it was just like a circus, you know. It was like I spent $700 catching two raccoons.
Don't make me laugh too much.
Oh, and then we caught a raccoon that wasn't even part of the problem. And my nephews are hot and cold. I don't understand them. They'll want to get involved in helping me, and then they'll act like hire someone, you know, else. And so it's just not settled down yet, but I will get with it. So I don't know. I'm just caught up in life and trying to sort things out still. But the course is top of my list, and that's great. I need a accountability person desperately.
Cindy, you said so on the Facebook group, right? That you put your name in for an accountability partner.
Yeah, and I asked a lady, but I never heard back. So
she must not have gotten it.
She may not have gotten it.
Yeah.
But someone in the Eastern time zone, and maybe that will keep me with the 9 items, because I could span the video around this room and you guys would really laugh about my piles, and I'll do it right now.
Wow.
Okay, maybe I can't. But anyway, you know how that goes.
Thanks for sharing.
You believe
Cindy.
me, right?
We believe you.
Right.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
best.
thank you for sharing all that, Cindy. All right, great. Deb.
Hi. Well, I've found I've been super busy the past couple months, and I haven't really prioritized this class as to be a big thing. But I did make it to the first video thing, and that was really cool. And I haven't been making stuff happen along this line too much. Although I woke up this morning and I saw the email that is coming on in an hour, and I was like, oh, I think I can do that, except I have to leave in half an hour. I've got a new business going. I have a full-time day job, and I'm also getting my business where I do a somatic educator. And I teach yoga, I teach somatic movement, I teach body art, I teach a bunch of classes, and so I've been concentrating more on that. And although I have decluttered, I had my dryer broke a couple weeks back, and I just got the parts in. So yesterday I had to clean off all the stuff that's been accumulating on top of my dryer in order to open the top so that I could get in and fix it. So, but and most of that stuff just got tossed. So that was good. But yeah, I'm finding that I'm drawn to this class, but I have, you know, it's obviously a choice, and I just haven't made the time. And I need to do that. And the emails you send and stuff, you know, I put them in a folder that it's like, okay, I need to get to this, and that's where they say. So, but we're working on it.
That's great, Deb. Yeah, thanks for sharing that too, because, you know, that's our lives are like that. And all the time we're making choices, you know, about everything. And so it's really great to just be able to see what's so about what's going on. And it doesn't have to be right or wrong.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, not just about this class, about everything.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, give ourselves a break here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Thanks, Deb. And we'll look forward to seeing you more, hopefully. But, you know, catch everything in the, and if anybody is behind right now and is struggling with the catch up, don't try to catch up. Just there's a couple of things that are important to do. One is your stop doing list, that you write down all the things you're going to stop doing. That would be important. Another would be that you'd be decluttering and getting your 9 items. Another would be your gratitude journal, right? Those would be really important things to begin to work on. And like if we're already in this month and you haven't already done last month, don't try to catch up. Just know that the exact right thing is happening, that you are in the perfect place, and that everything that you will be present for is exactly what you need. And so don't let this be a stress in your life, for sure. Okay?
Yes. Yeah, it's not a stress. So.
Okay, good. All right, Deb, that's great. Thank you. Diane.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I've been decluttering ever since you said get rid of the 9 things, and that's been really good and helpful. It gets easier the more you do it, the more you want to give away, and it's really, I find it really freeing. And yeah, I just want to get rid of more and more stuff and clear everything out. And I think that helps in other areas of being able to move forward in other areas more easily. I think it helps in that way. As far as the journaling, I've done some, gone to just a couple of the rooms, and I found that helpful. But then last night I was looking at my mission room and what I write down, and I often find that I forget to do what I have in the mission room. Like for the day, I write something for the next day, and then I find that I don't do a lot of the things. I'm like, oh, I forgot to do that. I forgot to do that. But I think it is helpful to put it down on paper, though. Doing the gratitude every day. And I think you said to write 3 things you're grateful for, and the other thing was something you want to like accomplish the next day. Was it?
It's more flexible on that part. You're creating something, right? And so you could be creating something you'd like to do better. You could be creating just something that you'd like to be, you know, how you'd like to be.
Yeah.
But it's a creation aspect.
Well, I was writing down something I want to do more, and I'm writing like the same thing every single day because I really want to get to it. And one of the things is just to breathe more, relax more internally. Yeah. And send love to myself. And I think the fact that I write it every day, it's just more in my head, and I am doing it a little more. I'd like to be better at all those things, but it's helpful to write down for me. So
that's great.
Yeah, that's about where I am.
Okay, awesome. And this, wow, this month's going to be great for you because that's the kind of things that we're going to be working on. So it'll be good, Diana. All right, thank you. Heather?
Hello.
Hello, Heather.
I'm wondering if there's a pattern with people being sick, because a couple of weeks ago I had food poisoning for the week, and I was kind of sitting here thinking about what I wanted to talk about, and how I felt like I hadn't made as much progress as I would have liked to. And then I'm like, oh yeah, you were sick for like a week. So, which I guess is good. I had kind of blanked out, but I'm doing well with the journaling. I'd kind of been doing that before, and if it helps for anyone else, sometimes I just don't feel like writing down things that I feel grateful for. So sometimes I just write down not so great things that are in my head that I just need to get rid of. Like one night I wrote, I feel sick, I feel like crap. And as I started writing, I started feeling better. And then I got to a point where I could actually write down things that I was grateful for. I don't know if that helps, but just think of it that way. Nobody else has to read it, and I hope no one ever reads mine. But maybe that's helpful. I'm also writing the same 3 things every day, kind of things that I want to be more conscious of and aware of, in an improvement kind of way, things that I want to do. As far as cleaning out, it's baby steps. I actually have about 12 pairs of shoes in my trunk that will eventually be dropped off to go somewhere. I have some bags of things that I've put together. I also have bags that have been sitting there for a long time waiting to be taken to Goodwill or whatever. So I'm working on actually physically taking them somewhere. I replaced all of my 17-year-old appliances in my house this past week, most all but one, and I had to clear out the entire refrigerator, which felt good because there were about 4 bags of trash that I just got rid of. And one of my fears was that, the garbage men would get upset with me if I didn't put the right recycling in the right place. And I had this anxiety about throwing trash out, which is probably not surprising. And they just took it without any kind of, I was actually home when they picked it up, and they just took it without even flinching. And so that kind of helped me realize that I can just throw things out and it's okay. And no one's going to judge me, and no one's going to, which is, maybe sounds very weird, but that's what goes on in my head. And I'm working through Angie's document, and a lot of people seem to be going through it pretty easily, but for some reason for me, it's kind of difficult. So I'm going to continue just try and read a few pages and digest them, each week or whatever. But that seems to be a struggle for me, is getting through the document. I don't know why. Just kind of,
Okay, great. Thanks, Heather. Yeah, don't put a lot of energy on the document. If it doesn't flow for you, just let it go. It's no big deal. We have other things we're going to be moving toward right now, and you're in the exact right place. Okay. All right. That's awesome. Is there anything else?
Nope.
Okay. iPad, who are you? Hello, iPad. Do one of you guys have an iPad included in your? Okay. iPad person. Can iPad person please post in the chat room and let me know who you are, so I know who you are. Awesome. Lisa.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. Yeah, what am I doing? I'm not following it so strictly, just more for curiosity. But I have cleaned out 20-year-old school notes today, so I like the decluttering part, and also the stop part. I'm also trying to stop snoozing and stop eating all these snacks in the evening from my profile. But yeah, I have a tendency to eat a lot of dates and figs, and it's not so good for me. So yeah, that's yeah, and I haven't read all of the master plan yet, but half of it or something. And yeah, I haven't seen the other two. Yeah, I haven't met with you before because it has been the middle of the night for me here in Denmark, where I'm. So yeah.
Yes.
So I
And
thought
that's
now
why
I
we're
would
here
join
right
you.
now. We're here right now so we could be here with you.
Yes.
I'm so excited you're here. Thank you for
Yes.
coming.
Yes. And I think that's it from me.
Oh, that's great, Lisa. That is awesome. Thank you. Okay, Maya.
Good morning. I'm actually up. Yeah, well, when the course started, I was away on holidays for the first 2 sessions. And I did go to this one little cafe that has some neat things to try to find a journal, and I couldn't find one. And I've never been a good journaler. That's a big hang up for me to write stuff down. I've done occasional gratitude ones. And then coming home for the first couple of weeks, just, you know, jet lagged, and just took me a while to recover. But as I was remembering some of the things that we did, and as I was unpacking and putting things away, I did pull out stuff that, like of this one drawer which has summer swimsuits or things like that that I hadn't worn for a while. So I did make a pile of 9, and it's not the only pile of 9 that I've done, but the decluttering as I look at some place and go, oh, you know, I haven't used this for a while. I'm becoming aware of that. I'm trying to actually find 9 things each day. Yeah, deleting at least 9 emails. I'm throwing out, you know, at least 9 pieces of paper. I don't know how to do 9, but anyway, the focus on I haven't. Do I really want this here or not? What can I do with it? Before we started this, and my daughter helped me go through my closet, and I cleaned out at least 2 bags full of stuff. So that's pretty well cleaned out, but shoes could do some cleaning out. So cluttering is something that decluttering I'm working on. Journals. So, and then I got sick a couple weeks ago. Lost my voice earlier this week for a couple of days. Couldn't. So just not have had much energy. And then finally, when you've got caught up and sent everything, I thought, okay, I've got to get back on track. So yesterday I listened to the first session again, and I think also the last one. And I know I've got a bunch of different books that I've bought from time to time to be as journals. And so the search went on to try to find those, and I found a little corner which had stuff in it that I didn't know what it was from 2013 and some of it. So I sorted through that, and I found some journals. And because when I started listening to the one from February, the last one, it said, go to the mind's place in your journal. And I go like, I'm supposed to have a journal with a mind, you know, like I was like, what journal? And so it was just, you know, I thought I got to go back to the beginning and figure, you know, get started. So what are when you said the 3 things grateful for, I'm okay with doing that. I've got to start, obviously, but the 3 things, other 3 things, what did you say they were? Creating?
You can choose, Maya, because basically if you wanted to implement 3 new things, and you guys, anybody who's writing down, like if you're writing down the same 3 things every day and you're still not achieving them, just try one thing. Just put down one thing that you would love to incorporate into your life, that you'd like to have part of your day, that that you something you'd like to be, something that would be an addition in your life that you'd like to make. Just start with one, and then bring it into reality before you move on to the next one. If you want to do that, that would be great too. You don't have to have 3 things. You could just have one thing and then bring it in, and then start on something else. And then, you can list something else that you'd like to incorporate. Did that help, Maya?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Awesome.
So I did start a stop doing list, and the only one I've been successful about that is to stop buying hemp heart bites, because I like those too much. So they're hemp, they do have a bit of sugar in them. Stop hitting the snooze alarm. It's still, and so I'm still working on that list. The biggest thing for me is to stop going to bed after midnight. I tend to stay up late and get up late, and never get up very well. So I did 3 days in a row where it was before midnight, and then I fell off the wagon, and then I'll do 2 days, then I'll fall off the wagon. So that's something that I've been trying to do since I first heard that I should do, since I retired 17 years ago, whatever. So doing the January, the Angie's thing, I printed it up finally yesterday because it was all there, and I still need to get started on that. I think.
Okay. And if any, this is another thing too with Angie's deal. If any of you have not started on that, and it seems like something that would be, like maybe it starts getting put on the back burner. If you can start looking at, there's a couple of rooms that the main things about the document for Angie would be that you would have an observation room, which means that if something comes up in your life and it's just a continued worry or it's a continued concern, and that you haven't been able to solve it, like in real life, it just keeps going and it just keeps worrying you or concerning you, you can put it into the observation room and just let it be there. Or you can put it into the God room, which is the room where you're just turning it over and surrendering it. The observation room is a place where you put it, and then other insights will come as you're going along. And then there's the mission room, which is a very important room that many of us don't access very much in our lives right now. And some of us do and some of us don't. And so there's like, we could be on the wrong mission, or we could be not fully engaged in our mission, or we might just be so busy that we just think like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm on a mission all the time. And is it our mission? And so like, we're opening up and expanding to what is our mission in life, like over the course of this year, that we'll have many different ways of looking at that. And this is just one of them. Okay. So, you can, but do what feels best for you in that area. Okay, Maya?
Okay.
All right. Okay. And Sheila.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, gratitude journal. We usually do like 3 things that are the best for the day at dinner. So we talk about it, but I don't really write it down. And I guess writing it down would be helpful. And I haven't really done the 3 implementing things. So I guess I need to work on that. I've always been someone who loves to cross things off lists. So I'm not really writing in the mission room, but I have lists crossed off everywhere because I love to just cross stuff off. My husband recently took on a project, which means our family now has this project because his projects become our projects. And we're cleaning out this house where he didn't realize how much the dog urinated in the house before he agreed to do this. And so between the products for cleaning and the products for sealing and being so busy we're not eating at home, I'm realizing how much meals at home make a difference. So we're not feeling quite as well as normal, and things have been a little bit hectic. But Otherwise, things are going along pretty well.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you, Sheila. Beautiful. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we are, that is really awesome. And what I want to do now is if everybody could just close your eyes for a second. You have your journals ready, and we're going to be doing an exercise with our journal. And just closing your eyes and feeling yourself get centered in your body. Really noticing your breathing coming in and out. Just feeling the breath on your nostril as it goes in and out of your nostril. Just noticing your chest going in and out. Feeling your bum down on the seat that you're sitting on, your back. What temperature is the air all around you? And just really letting yourself feel connected to your body. Being connected with your body. Now we're gonna create some lists. And these are gonna be people. And in these lists that we're gonna create right now, there's gonna be people that arise in your consciousness as I ask a question. I'm gonna ask a question, and then people will arise, and then you'll write them down in your journal. And so having your journal open now is good. And the first question is, hi Suzanne, I just saw you come on. Thanks for being here. Suzanne, get your journal out. We're just getting ready to do a journal exercise. Okay. All right. So you're looking in your life and letting these people arise. Okay. So where is a place where love was lost? A person who love was lost. And write down whoever you think of. 1, 2, 3 people. It doesn't have to be a long list. Just the first ones that pop up. And you may have some duplicates from list to list. And there can be where love was lost from you to them and from them to you. So where was love lost from them to you? And where was love lost from you to them? And then the next question is, where is love as good as it can be? It's not great, but it's as good as it could be. And who arises in your mind when you think of that one? Love isn't great, but it's as good as it can be. And then the next one is, where should love be? But for some reason it's not. And who arises in that question? And you can do that one also from you to them and from them to you. And you may notice that you think of people where love should be that are not even about you, but maybe it's other people. Like there should be love, but there's not. And you notice that, and you can write those down too. That would be others to others. And the next question is, where is love? Where is love that's been irreparably damaged? From you to them, from them to you. And those may be two different answers. And where is love that's gone missing? It potentially could be there, but it's not. Or it started in that direction, and then it went awry. Okay. Some of you may have like lots of people coming to mind. Some of you may just have a couple of people redundantly coming to mind. And that whatever your answers are is perfect. Even if there's no answers, don't worry. Everything's good. Just notice just leave this in your journal and we're going to call this your love lists. Okay? So you can start writing anytime you think of someone in one of these categories, and even one I didn't say, but that somewhere where love's been lost, somewhere where love was put asunder, somewhere where love was misplaced, somewhere where love was rejected, somewhere where love was, whatever it is, just keep adding these people to your love list. Okay? This is a very special place that we're going to be storing people. And as we go along, you'll notice that there will be shifts and changes in the people that are added to your lists. And there will be some people that you may communicate with. And don't be afraid to write them down. I remember when I first did this exercise, I didn't want to write certain people down because I didn't want to talk to them. So don't be like me in that way. What I noticed is that when I added people to this list, even the people that I did not want to talk to, or that I felt I couldn't talk to, that it was that it was impossible. And I was making okay that love had been lost, and that we were in the state that we're in, and that I'm okay with it. So there wasn't really any reason to do anything about it. And that's how I was handling it. And what I noticed is that even though I had, in my mind said, oh, this is okay, that was basically, it was occupying a lot of space inside of me that I didn't realize it was occupying. And so as I did this exercise and I added people to my love list, I started noticing that things were changing with them as well as me. And that even though I wasn't doing anything exactly with that person, that things still changed. And so be open to the idea that it could just change on its own. And this list that you have there, that is not going to be shown to anyone. It's your list. But there will be some of those people that are on your list over the course of this year. You may communicate with them, or you may notice that they communicate with you. And you definitely want to keep adding people to this, because in our lives, love and our heart being open is one of the most amazing things. How many of you guys were there for Howard Martin's talk with Matt yesterday? He was on the Heart Math. I posted it on our page. Did anyone get to hear Howard Martin's talk he's from Heart Math? Yeah. And in that talk, what Howard's talking about is how important, how love means so much. And some of you may know this story, but I wanted to share this with you guys because this is a really important story in my life, basically. And I know that you guys know, some of you know, like I said, some of you know the story, but my mom, after she died, my mom came back in, like I was dreaming one night. And in my dream, I don't normally remember my dreams, and my mom walked into my dream. And she was she walked to the door, and I said, oh, hey, Mom, in the dream, right? And then I realized, oh my gosh, that's my mom. I woke up in the dream, and I said, Mom, is that you? And she said, yes, it's me. And I said, oh my God, how is it? How's heaven? What's it like? Is it what you were hoping it would be? I mean, is it like, do you have the big crown you knew you were going to have and all that stuff's happening? And my mom was like, oh, honey, she said, I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to hear about you. Tell me everything that's happened. And it had been maybe 8 months since my mom had died, and a lot had happened. And so we sat and we talked for hours and hours in this dream. And we were laying on my bed, like this with our heads facing each other. We went and laid down and we were talking, and I was telling her everything. And finally the last story, the last little bit of everything that had happened, it was like done. And I'm like, and I said, Mom, really, I really want to know if heaven is what you were hoping it would be. Like, is it, I always tell everybody you're the gardener in heaven. And I just really want to know that it's what you wanted. And my mom said, honey, the things that we think are so important here, they don't really matter at all. She said, all that matters is how you love. And I said, I don't know why I thought in this dream, I thought, how you love? That's weird. Like, how you love? And she said, yes. And she reached out and she touched me. And she started to say it again. But this time when she said it, it was, how you love, like vibrating through all of me. And she said, remember this. And I said, okay, I will. And she said, okay, I gotta go. And only because it was that dream, I said, okay, see you later. Like, it was no big deal. In real life, that wouldn't have happened. And so that message of how you love are all the different ways that we love. And since then, there's been like more sharing about that, in that, like, what if really that's all that matters, is the ways that we express love every single day, not just for ourselves, not just for people around us, but for ourselves too. And probably one of the biggest areas that people are lacking, it's so easy to love other people. How many people here love other people? And it's very easy to love other people. And we love them, but how many of us are hard on ourselves, don't give ourselves a break, really, like we're focused on what we're doing wrong, about what's not good about us, about what we aren't looking right, what we aren't doing right, what we aren't saying right, how we could have done that better, all of these different things, right? And so what we're going to be doing over the next 2 weeks between now and the next call is, so should you choose to join the journey, we're going on a journey to love ourselves. The journey of loving ourselves as much as we love anyone and anything in the whole world. Who's up for that journey? Raise your hand. Joan, look at Joan. She's like, what? Wait, Joan, here, let me turn you on. Yes.
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh, you didn't hear me?
No.
We're going on a journey.
Yes, I heard that part.
Oh, I said, who's up for the journey?
Oh, okay. That's what I missed.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. So, and you guys, this is not an exercise where you are going to think about it. I want you guys to promise me that these will be exercises that you do every day, that you'll have a very small exercise that you'll be doing each day that is in regard to loving yourself. And it's a loving yourself journey that we're going to take between now and the next class, which is, I don't have the date right now in my mind. So I'll look it up before we go though. And so this is an actual experience that we are going to take together. So is there anybody here who isn't 100% willing to do one small exercise that will take less than 5 minutes per day? Anyone here who won't be able to do that? And so then everybody else is on board with 5 minutes a day. Does that work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and writing it down, and like it's a fully engaged, not thinking, but actually doing it. Not thinking about doing it. All right? Everybody got that?
Mm-hmm.
You good? Okay. I know Suzanne will do it. She's not on the screen right now, but Suzanne's a doer. She's going to do it. So, all right. So this is what we're going to be receiving is every day you'll get a little How You Love journey that will be coming to you in your email. It'll come just the same way. Is there anybody who has not been receiving our emails? Okay, so everybody here's gotten the emails. That's good. Now, we're going to be, so over the course of this next little while, every day we're going to be doing our 5-minute loving ourselves exercise. And then you're going to spend just a minute writing in your journal. Nothing big, just a little note what you noticed, okay? And I'm going to reiterate everything I'm saying right now in the email, so you'll see it again. So if you don't get it right now, it's okay. It'll be in your next email. So it'll be your 5 minutes or less exercise, a minute of writing in your journal, just a quick what you noticed, what you're noticing, what you're seeing, what's becoming, you have some flexibility with what you want to write about, but just like not really just giving yourself this space. Imagine that you were a lovely little 3-year-old child. Imagine that there's this little 3-year-old child in front of you right now, and that you were communicating with that child. And the kind of love and care that you would give that child and the kind of understanding and the kind of, that's the sort of place you want to be in when you're doing this. Do not underestimate how simple this will be. It will be easy to think, oh, this is so simple. It won't make, like, it's just, of course, duh, like, that's what I think. Don't underestimate, because the actual exercise of doing this creates profound results. Okay? Now, does anybody have any questions about what I've just shared? Or any needs clarification on anything? Diane, where are you? Whoops, I got you muted. Where are you?
I'm tired.
I know, me too, right? Oh my gosh. I couldn't even sleep last night because I wanted to make sure I was up on time.
I'm in the same time zone.
Oh, you're in my time zone. I got it. Okay. So, you guys, I want you to notice this week, though, that you're going to notice that you have increased energy. This will, when you're fully vested and taking actions in what we're going to do this week, you will increase your energy as we go. Because what we've done so far is we're clearing the clutter of the mind. We've already done that in the first month. And even if you didn't, just trust that the exact right thing is happening and everything's good. Okay, so I don't want anybody to get whacked about that. And we've begun clearing our spaces. And now we're going to be like clearing out the little webs in our heart. And we're going to be setting up our heart to be completely open. And then after all of that, we're going to have this incredible module on food. So you guys are going to love it. And I'm going to be bringing in some of our chefs from the retreats. You're going to get a chance to work with people that take our people on retreats, and you're going to get a chance to work with Cam McDonald. He's a nutritionist and our lead facilitator for all of the courses in Australia. He's going to come on board and he's going to teach us all kinds of fun stuff about food. But before we do that, we are going to nourish our hearts and really get ready and juicy so that when we hit the food, that our food isn't like, it's not cluttered up with our minds and it's not cluttered up with our heart stuff. Our hearts are open, our minds are clear, our spaces are getting clear, and then we're going to jump in and have fun with our food. So food is next week, the next time we gather. And so that's that. Anybody have any questions? Yes, Heather, I'm going to actually put it in the email if that's okay. Does that work? Okay, so right now, really quick, I want to go out and do, like, I know some of you guys have done this and some of you guys haven't, but we're going to do breakout rooms. Like, I'm getting better at doing the breakout rooms, but we're going to go into our breakout rooms and you're going to have a chance to share with each other. We're going to create like a little groups and you guys can share about what you're getting from today. Yes, Carrie? Wait a minute. You're still on mute. Hold on. Okay, go.
What's happening with the assignments of us hooking together? Are we supposed to ask someone?
Yes. I put up an accountability thread in Facebook, and then you guys, like, you can see that there's 10 or so people that said, I want an accountability partner, and just team up right there. Okay?
I never found that. I don't know where it is because I can't negotiate yet very well on Facebook. So I looked to see where that list was, and I really couldn't find it.
Oh, no problem. Joan, I'll add you to it so you can see it. Okay?
Okay. One thing. Could I ask one more thing?
Yeah.
I would love to have a list of the participants so that, like we're talking now, I have no idea where they live. And that would just be something that would be very valuable for me to know. What part of the world they inhabit. Okay? Is that possible?
Yes, that's totally possible.
I mean, you know all of them, but, you know, it's not obvious unless.
Absolutely, yes. And most of the people here said that they don't mind if we share their information with each other. Is there anybody here? You guys, I know, really like. Actually, there's only one person in the entire group that said they didn't want their information shared. So I'll go back and I'll create that list for you guys, so you guys can see who each other are and where you're from and all of that. Does that work?
When you feel better.
Yeah.
When you feel better.
Yes. Yeah. When I feel better. Yes. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything else like that that would be helpful for people? Yes, Carrie?
I feel really awkward asking someone that I don't know to pair up with me. I mean, I guess that's a shyness part of me, you know?
Yes.
I know people when I see their face, but I don't recognize their name with it. And so, is there any way you could assign us?
Yes, I could do that. Carrie, what's your time zone?
I'm the same as yours.
You are? Well, I think you and Joan should be able to figure it out. You and Joan be partners.
Okay.
How's that? Does that work?
Okay. That's
Okay.
good.
Joan's a couple hours ahead of us, but you guys could figure that out. Okay. Is there anybody else here who just wants to snag a partner while you got them on visual? Look at you. Look at you guys. You're so cute.
Yeah.
Who else signed up to have a partner, an accountability partner? Sheila?
Since Joan can't get on Facebook, would you email me her address, her email?
Yeah, yes, no problem. I can do that. And Joan, I'm going to add her so she will be able to see Facebook, but it doesn't matter because I'll send you her info. And you guys can message each other and just send a little message and say, "Hi, I noticed that you wanted an accountability partner. I'd love to be your accountability partner. Here's my information." Something like that. You just send them a private message. You don't have to post it on the big screen, on the big one. Hi, Ruth. So, how's that go? Okay, okay, guys. So now we're gonna send off with an amazing send off. So let's all close our eyes really quick, and we're gonna start noticing. Just notice your breath again. Just notice that your body is present. Feel your butt in the seat. Notice the temperature in the room. What's the furthest away sound you can hear? And now what's the nearest sound? And what about your taste? What can you taste right now? And what's the subtle taste? And now when you feel your skin, what temperature do you feel? Just notice all of your senses at once now. And now notice that you're breathing, and as you breathe in and out through your heart. And start to notice that your heart, that you can feel your heart as you're breathing in and out through your heart. Just allowing your breath to go in and out through your heart chakra. And now feel that expanding and feel this, your heart opening up to be as big as you. Start to feel love. Allow yourself to see a person or a thing in front of you, something that you really, really love, or someone that you really, really love. And let yourself feel all that love building up in you as you look into the eyes of this person or this little animal or whatever it is that you love. Feel your love welling up inside of you. And now taking all that love, letting that love expand out now to this entire group of people that we're with right now. Letting our love expand from where we are, our heart expanding and connecting with all of the people that are on this call with us. Now, not just the people on the call, but all the people in our group. Like expanding out now to even those people who aren't here on this call. This love. And anytime you need to re-up the love, just bring that person or that little animal that you love so much in front of you so that you can see them again and let that love build up inside of you. And now just taking it out bigger, like what if it went out all around the world, this love? And now imagine that this love is, that the love that we've created as a group now, it's enveloping the whole world. It's going all around the world. Now see someone on the entire other side of the world and imagine that you've actually touched this person that's just over there, and that we're all really here together, and that there really isn't a there, because here we are right here, and here they are with us right now. Really blasting that love out, knowing that we're making a difference, that we are impacting others, and that people's lives are changed. That someone who lost hope is having hope now. Someone who had given up, they feel this little bit of goodness. And now just letting that go completely. Letting yourself float. Just being in the love. Not trying to do anything. Not being anything. Just being. I am. And now, just bringing all that back, staying connected and coming back to your body, knowing that you're part of everything, and everything is part of you. And open your eyes. I love you guys. All you guys are unmuted right now. So it was great having you. Thank you for being here. Such a crazy time on a Sunday morning or a Sunday night, or I think everybody's on Sunday right now on this group. So
Sunday.
it was beautiful to see you guys. I look forward to hearing about it. Share in the Facebook group. It's really fun for people to see what's going on. So feel free to, almost everybody's on Facebook now. Like I just signed another person up for Facebook. Diane, right? No, not you. No, I signed up another Diane in our group.
I just joined yesterday or the
Yes. And so, yeah,
I'm just starting to get caught up.
So we are almost all on Facebook, I think now. And so you guys, I just want to really acknowledge you for being the kind of people that are the leading edge of love on the planet, of creating a space for people to be really truly themselves, to be a stand that everybody is unique and that every person is valuable and important, and that we're all here together in this big smosh that we call life.
Nah.
and that we get to be a community together here, and that we're not just our community, we are our community, and we're part of a greater community, a greater community of PA360, a greater community of people making a difference in the world, and a greater community of just people, like the whole world. And we're part of that community. And I acknowledge you for being that for the planet, being that for love, being that for all the people that you love and that you care about. So thank you, and have an amazing week and a couple weeks. And I will send out the email today, actually, because I can do it because I'm home and I have time. So I'll get that out to you guys. And so take care. And you guys can say whatever you'd like to say to close out. You guys want to say bye? Hello?
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Julie.
Really
you
good year,
all.
too.
Thank you.
Jules.
Thank you.
And hope you feel better.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.